and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Ethereum pays for my rent. Bitcoin pays for the vent. Litecoin pays for the jet. Bitcoin cash for the rest. Spent 30 racks on an ICO. What coin did you buy? I forgot, yo. Just got started last night, bro. And I'm already hooked like a pipe stove. Flipping the coin, making it grow, taking it slow, letting it go. Cash flow's growing, it's incredible to watch it flow. Stacking the cash, taking it home, making it fast. I'm on a roll. Little bit mo's all I ask for the bubble though. Currently learning about a new type of currency. Burning the dollar down like an emergency. Urgently, listen, my friends have been urging me. Coins have been surging, we're earning like surgency. We on a mission, man. Crypto maniac. Act like you don't really know about it. Stop that. Bitcoin blowing up like a bomb. Step back. Used to be a couple $100. Should've copped that. Blew up on the scene from the mind of a brainiac. Back in 2009, where the miners at? Silk Road, baby. It's gotta be anonymous. Satoshi blew up. Now we on the map.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, back at it for another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. Gotta check the calendar. It's going to be hitting you guys on the 25th of October. This one we've got coming up. For those of you who are in the general population, the normies, if I would, those of you who are not in the bag chasers, shout out to the bag chasers. They will be getting this day of, which will be the 22nd. Right after I'm done recording it, more or less, probably about I'd say 30 minutes. It's a process getting it uploaded, set up, and then the link dropped. It takes me about 30, 45 minutes. And what that is it's a Patreon group. It is not my Patreon group. It is Anton Daniels of AntonDaniels.com's Patreon group, of which I'm a member. And this is my way of giving back to the community. So they get it first. That is until we hit the covetous 500 sub level and then get our watch hours in alignment. But those are both going pretty much together at this point. So that's good. Also, on that note, once we get monetized, we're going to have some other stuff rolling out. Like I said, we're going to be doing some special things that's going to be members only exclusive content. And yeah, so they'll be getting it second at that point. But up until then, it'll be Bag Chasers get it first. Everybody else gets it on Wednesday. Then it'll be Bag Chasers get it second. Everybody else gets it on Wednesday. Yeah. So we got some good stuff going on. For those of you who have made it to Wednesday, happy hump day. Remember, if you're not having the week that you want, it is not too late to make it the week that you want. These are all options. Hold up 1 second. There we go. All right, now we got it in the pocket. Got some lighting issues going on over here. But anyways, let's jump into it. We're seeing some good stuff. The market has been booming. We've started the bull run. All the people are coming out of the woodworks. I'm seeing people show up on Facebook talking about how they're certified crypto traders now and they can help you make money. Just so you know, folks, they can't. They are not. They are scamming. And when the scammers come back, the scammer's going to scam, even if they're real people. There's no such thing as a certified crypto trader. It's not. It's not a real thing. Now somebody can take your money and tell you you're certified in something and give you a stupid piece of paper. But let your boy Reckless Ray Dinero tell you, it's not. Whenever you see these people posting pictures of other people saying that they made hundreds of thousands of dollars, they are trying to rip you off or rope you into a Ponzi scheme that they themselves are a part of. That's going to be my PSA. I'll probably be doing it at the beginning of every episode moving forward, because now that we are coming into spring/crypto summer, these people are going to be out there. They're going to be your neighbors. They're going to be your friends. They're going to be posting pictures of everybody else getting money and telling you should join up on the platform that they're on. I've lost plenty of money in this space, people. I'll tell you, these platforms that say that they're going to do stuff for you in an unregulated space, if you want to part with your money, you go ahead and try and get that easy money. But I guarantee you, the people who are trying to get the easier, I mean, we're going into the bull run, folks. All the money's easy. The money printer for us is about to turn on. It's about to be easy street. Now, if you're trying to make it easier than that, you're about to get your hand slapped hard. They're going to rip you off. And that's the warning. We're going to start putting those at the beginning of all these videos, because I'm starting to see it on my Facebook. And this old boomer posted his little certificate that said that he's a certified crypto trader, and I just commented a couple of eyeballs on there. So I was like, really, bro? You're certified, boomer? Okay, cool. That's cute. It's a cool story. I remember my first bull run. But anyways, these people are showing up. The people who haven't been here this whole time, who are now making channels to get some clout and hopefully get some YouTube money. I specifically say YouTube money because I have highly suspect that they're not even in the market. They're just telling you stuff. They're going to be pushing specific coins. They're going to tell you that everything's great. This coin's going to be the best. Solana's going to flip Ethereum. XRP is going to flip Bitcoin. All the coins are going to flip all the other coins. All the old incumbent coins that they can no longer afford are just a waste of money because this coin is less expensive, so I can get more of it. So I feel like I'm doing something, which is cool, because for the next year and a half, 2 years, you will be doing something. So like, hey, get your bag, but make sure you secure your profits, because riding that to zero is just going to make you feel bad and look stupid and have Ray Bear telling you he told you so. So anyways, let's jump on into this. Get me out the screen. Let's go. I'm going to start off with everybody. It's a fan favorite. You guys love it. It is the top 5 gainers and losers. And then we're getting the bull run list now. Hold on, let's do the quick refresh here, because the numbers was out of order. Yeah, this is a good bull run list. This is going to be indicative. We'll see what we got. At number 1, we're going to start off with the gainers, and I hope everybody's on this list some form or fashion. It probably behoove you. Some of you will be feeling good because this gainers list is looking delicious. And this is just the start, folks. Just the start. At number 1, at rank 322, we have Radio Caca, RACA, and they have had a 97% gain in the last 24 hours. At number 2, at rank number 536, we have Crypto Pawn Coins, CPRC. And they have had a gain of 96% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have Starlink. At rank 206, STARL. And they have had a gain of 88.6% in the last 24 hours. Folks, just pointing this out, that is not the official Starlink coin. Just saying. Get your money. But that's not Elon Musk's Starlink. That is a cryptocurrency that somebody made. I hope people are doing their due diligence before getting in on these coins. At number 4, at rank 356, we have Steam Dollars, SBD. And they have had a gain of 73% in the last 24 hours. At number 5, bringing up the end, but this is good news. Gods Unchained, GODS. they've had a gain of 45.8% in the last 24 hours. The reason that's good is because the DeFi, actually, that's not DeFi, the crypto gaming, NFT narratives are coming back into place. Stuff's starting to wake up. Stuff is starting to thaw. We're going to see NFTs start moving again during the bull run. We're going to see crypto gaming start moving again during the bull run. It's about to get real interesting, people. Now, over to the losers. I hope none of you are on this list, but if you are on this list, it is not that bad. Not that bad. At number 1, at rank 459, we have Open Exchange Token, OX, and they have had a loss of 15.2% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, at a rank of 969, we have Vector Space AI, VXV, and they have had a loss of 16.9% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have first off, at rank 860, we have Rye Finance, SOFI, and they have had a loss of 12% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have at rank 215, Gains Network, GNS, and they have had a loss of 11.3% in the last 24 hours. And rounding up the end of the biggest losers, we have at rank 293, OXO.AI, AI Smart Contract, OXO. And they have had a loss of 10.6% in the last 24 hours.
In Kansas City, it's 1607.
Alexa, stop. Now, that is not a bad list. Not a bad list at all, folks. I mean, stuff is moving. There's definitely when you're pumping hard and then the gains, the losses are under sub 20% on the 24-hour. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Nothing to shake a stick at. People are making money. The people that are losing money aren't losing as much. It's going to be good. So, we've got to the next thing that we're going to hit is the portfolio updates. Where are we sitting at? We have surged up to 28.16%, so 28%. We've had a 24-hour change of 7.54% in the portfolio. Basically, everything moves in accordance and in lockstep with Bitcoin, with the exception of NASDAQ, which is going a little bit of the opposite direction by and large, but also the stock market is going down. So NASDAQ, which is a real-world asset base, specifically one of the things that they do on there is stocks. Obviously, it's going to be what it is. We're still in a good position on it, though. Our position is solidified. Like, we're still good. We're up 5% on it. Everything is green except for Cosmos Hub, which understandable. But we're eating off that. We made our position. We're doing good. So we got sparsely a little bit of red, but the green's outweighing the red, so we can't complain. Let's get this top 10 in. Perfect. Okay, so as far as the top 10 goes, let's list it off. At number 1, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 2, we have Synthetic Networks, SNX. At number 3 now, we have the original orange pill, Bitcoin, BTC. At number 4, we have USDC. At number 5, we have the staked Urine Curve Vault position. At number 6, we have NASDAQ. At number 7, we have Wrapped Bitcoin. At number 8, we have Arbitrum, ARB. At number 9, we have Cosmos Hub, ATOM. And at number 10, back up in the number 10, fighting there at the end, is that Thor Wallet Dex, TGT. Okay, so this week we did not make any buys. We just had pumps in the market, and it shows where all the pumps went. Pretty interesting. in regards to what's going on with the portfolio, because now we're coming up to the end of the month. We're about through October. And after October, we've got November and December. Now, over the next 8 weeks, we are going to start tearing down this portfolio, which means we're going to be transferring out. First and foremost, everything will be going to repay the Alchemix loan. So I'm thinking that basically, looking at our stuff, we should be taking out one position a week and scaling this portfolio back. We're going to be securing and converting that over. And then we will pay the Alchemix loan back. We will redistribute that position. And then we will we'll start looking at how we're going to pivot that over, because I do not think that I'm going to keep the position in the state that it is, because it's on the Ethereum network. During the bull run, the Ethereum network starts to get rather expensive. I don't want to take the hit like I did this last year on attaining the startup money. So we're going to look at Alchemix on some of their other chains to see what options that we have in regards to setting up the loan and then having it set up in a fashion to where we can get it at low cost. So that way, as we're pulling money off of those positions, we can not be getting taxed to death on the position in and of itself. We'll also be figuring out how much Ethereum we accumulated for this year, see where we set out. Originally, I'm hoping we're somewhere in between 7 and 10. That's me being conservative. Well, I don't know. That's somewhere between conservative and realistic, but I think that those are doable numbers. So that's what we're going for. And yeah. So that's what we're doing with the portfolio. We'll be pulling one down, at least one position down a week. It depends. Like, as we get into December, we'll definitely be escalating that process, because just like last year, towards the end of December, I want to start rolling out the 2024 portfolio. We'll start buying into those positions. I think it was the last pay period of December was the pay period that we started in, and it just was fully converted over to the 2024 portfolio. And I think we're going to do that again this year. So I think the goal is over November, going into December, we're going to try and just take down the whole portfolio and get everything redistributed as needed, get the stuff converted over, find the LP position and where we're going to do for the securing of the loan for the bull run for 2024. And we're going to let it rock out like that. That's what we're doing. And let's go over to the next thing. So now we're pivoting over to the news stories that we've got for you guys for the week that are currently happening. Let's see here. We'll start off with this one. All right. Bitcoin is on the rise. Now, it's not gonna let me read the article, but I just wanted to show like what CNBC is doing to people here. Bitcoin is on the rise again. Here's why Warren Buffett remains a crypto hater. I can tell you exactly why Warren Buffett remains a crypto hater. He's old and super rich, and it doesn't matter. Like, he's going to die wealthy. Like, these people having a bunch of money does not necessarily make you right. If you're doing what works for you, there's a million ways. The wealth game is very anecdotal. One of the things that I hate is when people believe that the way that they do things is the only way, and then they feel the need to take shots at people who don't do things the way that they do things. There's a bazillion ways to get rich. It's the reason on my channel I don't necessarily say anything doesn't work. I say money is a game. This is just math. There are certain things that are just more effective than other things, mathematically. It's kind of like how this whole time Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, these old geriatric dinosaurs, that have amassed a lot of wealth. They're financially smart for the way that they got rich, 100%. But they'll sit there and they're saying Bitcoin's rat poison, even though it's printed 114% gain on average since inception at minimum. And it's probably higher than that. Definitely will be after this next bull run. But they'll sit there and tell people to do things like they're a part of a system that does not want you to win. Is it what it is at the end of the day? Because why? Because if you're rich, you won't listen to them. You don't have to listen to them if you're not starving and you don't need their free stuff. If you don't need them to save you. If you're in constant dire straits and they're telling you what you should do that isn't necessarily in your best interest, it's more than likely in their best interest. But they've told everybody this is a horrible investment. It's trash. People reference them all the time. And those same people are not getting any wealthier. They're not updating or out here talking about how their situation's improving. Ever. Because you're struggling. And inflation is just it's on your neck. It's on all of our necks. But yeah, the old guard is going to hate against the new thing that they aren't going to have full control over. It's just what it is. So I'm not surprised. The way that they got rich worked for them. Like, that's great. The average person right now doesn't have the opportunity to do any of the stuff that they're doing. They're not rich already. Like, you gotta have some swings for the fences if you're coming out of the mud. Like, that's just all there is. It's like, you're not going to save yourself rich. It's not happening. It's not real at this point. You're not going to just sit on a pile of cash and be rich. Like, we have to be active participants in the game. You have to actively be playing, or the game is actively being played against you, and you will actively lose, and then you will actively be miserable forever, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But just remember, Reckless Ray Dinero told you first. Like, these dudes are not necessarily giving you advice on what to do that will work in the current environment. And for some of us, this is going to be the best opportunity that we have to move the needle forward. And actually, I will probably do a video on exactly my thought process on that exact thing, specific to crypto and Bitcoin. So let's jump over to the next one, because this one's kind of a little bit of something good for us. I don't like having all doom and gloom news. As you can see with the title of the video, this is not priced in. A huge shift just happened that's about to blow up the crypto, Ethereum, and XRP and crypto markets. Now, this is going to be interesting. So a bunch of things have happened. XRP won their lawsuit, didn't get appealed. The SEC did not go back against it. The SEC also lost an appeal to Grayscale about their Bitcoin ETF. The Supreme Court said that they should have looked at it and shouldn't have just dismissed it without looking at it. And they didn't appeal that either. They're getting ready to look. The other thing is Gary Gensler has changed his tune in news articles. It's not the same Bitcoin's bad, laundering, all the bad things, bad people. We're trying to shut this down. He's starting to give. He's switched back over to college professor Gensler. He's starting to educate people. He's starting to prime people that, like, hey, this isn't so bad. He has changed his tune. They must have given him a little talking to that, like, hey, Bulldog act's over. It's about time to play ball. This is happening. And once this happens, that flood of money is not priced into Bitcoin, because honestly, the Bitcoin market, the value, it's supply and demand pretty much. So there's no, I mean, it's not a stock. Like, we don't price stuff in the valuation. This is a lot of people. There's institutions in now, but institutions aren't going to buy it more expensive than what they need to. So this could be huge. Like, this could be it. Like, they're going to regulate. Once they start regulating the mess out of this market, those of us who've been here for a while, those of us who are in, those of us who've secured this bag, we're gonna be in a realm of accreditation to where we can still navigate how we're navigating, and the rest of you who are coming in behind us are not going to be able to do what we did to get what we got. It's just going to be what it is. That ETF is going to be the beginning of that door of opportunity being shut for people who are not already in. If you're not already in the boat will have sailed. If you're not, haven't bought your ticket for the ship, you're not going to the moon. That's just what it is. That's the reason I tell people, like, you should put something in the market regardless of like what your thought process is. It's like if you're in investments and your risk on BlackRock even said it should be 85% Bitcoin, that should be your portfolio. 85% for a risk on portfolio. Not me. BlackRock said that. Like, I don't know what else you guys need to know. I mean, like, before it was like 1%. I'm like, okay, then it went to 5%, and like, if you're not exposed to Bitcoin or in the market at this point, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, if you want to miss an opportunity until you don't miss it, because it's gonna be in your retirement, it's gonna be in your target date ETF. It's going to be there. It's going to be a part of your financial strategy, especially if you have somebody else managing it, because they're not going to want to look stupid. But I digress. Do what thou wilt with thine own finance. But me, we stack in Sats. We're stacking Ethereum. We're setting up for a good next couple of years. I'm excited. Like, this is when I get to go take a vacation, because I'm not trying to sit here dying at work. We're going to work real hard, and then we're going to take some time off. We're going to be doing some stuff, because, again, the money's going to be flowing. We're going to be looking at what financial goal is going to be most expedient for us to move the needle forward. We're going to be looking at what's going on globally. We're going to be trying to sort some stuff out. It's going to be good. Okay, so that ends in the news. Next, we're going into the alpha. Alpha is going to be a little bit different this time. We are going to talk about one of the positions, because we're breaking out the portfolio. We're hashing this out a little bit different. So I'm going to give you guys a little peek behind the curtain of how we're lining this up. So I'm going to talk about my high risk segment of my portfolio for this year. So what we'll be looking at is 3 of the picks, because that's what I'm allocating for the high risk segment of the portfolio. 3 picks that I'm currently mulling over. Like, I'm using some analytics software, and I'm just doing it based on the data this year. We're gonna write it through. Like, I actually have a segment that's my picks that I'm picking, and that's part of the portfolio as well. And then obviously we have the staples, because it's going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum heavy. Obviously, that's what we're accumulating, so that's what's going to be a lot of the portfolio. But we're gonna roll it out this year a little bit different than last year, because now that I got accountability partners, I got to really think through this, which means we really got to set up a set strategy and follow it and just see how it goes. So we'll start off with the first one. Uh-oh. Hold up. There we go. Okay, we're going to start off with the first one, and it is Stratus, STRAX. And, it's sitting currently at 64 cents, which means, like, these high-risk positions are going to be somewhere between 250 and 500. The ones that are less, it really depends on how I'm feeling and if they make it, but we're looking at an all-time high of $22.77. So we're down 97% from all-time high, an all-time low of a penny. So we're up 5,000% from the all-time low. Which does it say? It's August. All-time low was August 12, 2016. The all-time high was last bull run. No. Almost 6 years ago. Yeah, so that's last bull run. Okay, so last bull run, it peaked at 22.77. Now, me personally, every time I look at these, and I've talked about this before, I look at it and I go, in my head, the way that I look at this and dumb it down is I go, okay, if we're going into a bull run, I mark my targets, and I'm like, hey, we're only going to do 50% of the last all-time high. Now, this is historically speaking, that's me being conservative, because like nobody goes, hey, we're not going to make it to whatever the previous all-time high was. But I always assume, I do mine based on, like, I know Bitcoin is going to go past its all-time high. Well, no one knows, but historically speaking, we're going to get back to the all-time high for Bitcoin. I know we're going to minimum touch it. So I always give like about 25% on top of that, and that's me being conservative. I always plan for the worst, hope for the best. And so I go, okay, well, that's going to drag this up, and I'll assume that the coins that I'm looking at are going to, for me, make a projection of, we'll make about 50%. And I'm like, if we make 50%, then and I can make those, and the numbers look good, I'm like, that works for me. Obviously, I use my analytics software, and this was one of the ones that it was pushing to the front of the congregation based on their metric data. And so, like, currently we have it on the list. I'm going to check it. I'd re-up this at the end of every month, but this will be solidified at the end of next month, obviously, because whatever we have in the hopper at the end of next month, however this is looking, that's what we're going to be going with, and that's the experiment that we'll be doing for that year with my money. It's going to be great. So this is the first one. The second one, and I mean, honestly, looking at this, like, hey, bro, if we get to $5 from 64 cents, and it's a $500 position, or even a $250 position, I'm like, that's a good year. That's good. Like, that's a win, in my opinion. So I'm going to be shooting for 10. I'll normally, what I do and the way that I strategize these is, once I hit 100% and can get my investment back, the initial investment, I pull it out and reallocate it to another position. So I've allocated myself 3, but I will probably have that hopper filled with at least 6, because there'll be backup positions for once we hit the 100% marker on the positions that we take. And it's pretty interesting. I mean, it worked out really well for me last bull run. It's kind of, I hit my stride on that, and I'm going to utilize that strategy again with this bull run. So it'll be 6 to 9 picks, because I'm pretty sure I rolled that initial money the first time at least twice. But we will see. So that's the first one that I've got on the temporary list right now. They're not solidified, but this is on the current list. The next one is going to be Phantom FTM, currently at 20 cents. And this one, oh man, I really wish I would have seen that. So Phantom was a position that I've previously been in. I previously have utilized that network, so this kind of was a no-brainer when it came up with the analytic data. And I was like, okay, I'm familiar with this. I can find a spot to park it, get some interest on it, while it's sitting there, and just wait for the magic to happen. Now, the previous all-time high for this one was 2 years ago. It was $3.46. Thank you, dyslexia. All-time low was 3 years ago, and it was less than a penny. And we are up 10,000, over like 10,000. We're over 10,000% up since the last time that this was at an all-time high. Actually, 2020 was the last bull run. So 2018 was the end of the previous bull run. Gotcha. Okay. So So that's the Stratus position is going to be an interesting one. This one is going to be interesting as well, just because like the numbers are lower. So I'm like, cool. If we go from like 20 cents, and for this one, it'd be like if we broach like $1, I'm good on this. Like Phantom's a pretty straightforward one. I mean, as long as you get your initial investment back, you're pretty set. As long as you can roll that initial, we're trying to roll as many as we can. This one's currently on the list. It might not stay just because the numbers, like that's a very narrow margin. Because then you're going, okay, well, 50% of 346, that's like $1.50. So that means it's like, I don't know. This one might not stay. This one might not stay. I like the project though. I actually really do like the chain. It works really well. I enjoyed utilizing it. It's just it didn't have the sticking power. Obviously, you got to go where the money is, and the money was not there. Okay, and last but not least on the alpha list is Golem, currently sitting at 19 cents. Let's take a look. Oh, this is going to be another one that's going to be a hard sell for me. So I only did the initial part where I went through the analytics software. I did not. So like I'm doing these live. And so the previous all-time high was $1.32, and that was 5 years ago. Oh, okay. All-time low was less than a penny. And it is up 2,081.68% from the all-time low. Again, narrow margin. I don't like it. I don't like it. So now you're talking about, well, do I think it can double? Absolutely. Do I think I can get my 1x out of it to get my initial investment back? Yes. But the upside on this, I'm like, dude, that means this. So like when I see stuff like this hasn't broke its all-time high. It skipped a bull run of breaking its all-time high, which means that like it hit its all-time high in 2018, which is the end of, hold on, when was it? When did it release? Did it release after the bull run? Is that what's going on with this? Like, I just don't like it when it didn't, like if you, well, no, fuck. I'm going to have to do some more research. Because I'm like, if this didn't release in 2018, then we're going to have a problem. Like if you skipped a bull run and didn't break your all-time high, that's going to be a problem. Going to be a problem for me. So like I'm going to have to do some research on this one. Phantom definitely is not going to. It's probably not going to make it. This one we're going to have to do some research to see if April 13th was when it released, and it just did. Well, I mean, even then, it went through a bull run and didn't break its all-time high, and it didn't hit its all-time high during a bull run. I'm like, I don't have a whole lot of, this is gonna be a hard sell too. This one might get swapped out. So 2 of the 3 might get swapped out immediately, or I use these as a beginning position and just look to get my 100% and roll it into something else. Like, I don't know. We shall see. We shall see, friends. Like, I'm not liking those numbers. But that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you guys are having a great week. Those of you who are in the bag chasers, I hope you're ready and prepared for this week that we've got ahead of us. It's going to be amazing as long as we make it amazing. Just a heads up for everybody who's catching this, Guns and Butter this week will either be moved to Friday and or canceled because I am going to be out of town for work. Got a project out of town. It's going to be a bear of a project. And yeah, I'm not going to be in a space where I'm going to be able to record because we're going to be very far out of town, unfortunately. But with that said, when we get back, we will either be reconvening on. Actually, you know what? We're going to I'll do that live either during the day Friday or during the day Saturday, or I might do 2 like 1.5, 2 hour lives to make up for it. That'll both be branded under Guns and Butter, and we'll just have some conversations during the day. But with that said, it's been great rocking out with you guys. definitely make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video as we march towards 500. We're less than 200 away. I believe that's a very attainable number. But I will be back next week with another episode. I've got some stuff. I'm starting to get some content lined out. I'm going to start getting ahead on some content, especially over on the Future Financial Strategies channel. I've got some big plans for this channel. Got some big plans for that, or for this playlist. I've got some big plans for that playlist. We're going to do some tweaking, see if we can get a little bit more out in the algorithm to help some of these crypto novices not get ripped off this year. But with that said, it's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero. I'm out.
Cryptocurrency, currency. She love cryptocurrency. Me have a hot sexy girl. Whoa. Yeah. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Decentralized like a blockchain. Anyway you see me, girl, you know it not gonna stop rain. Pull up in the Beamer or the Benzie or the Bentley. Cryptocurrency, that's what we spending. We not in a lending. No for them a snake, yo. We not in a renting. Bad mind fussy them. Wanna see we ending. Smiling out with face, but call that pretending. Now left me 9 milli. Girls so we trending. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. She love cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency. She love cryptocurrency. MetaMask wallet. Cryptocurrency. Coinbase wallet. Stack it up. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. She love all me DeFi. And so me make she feel high. Digital currency, how what she need. Inflation make the dollar get weak.